Well, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. If I could ever get this headway situated. Okay. Anywho. So we picked the undersized grapes last time, and then there was the abrupt cutoff right before I was able to talk to Riki Tio. But here we go. Here are your undersized grapes, Riki Tio. Riki. An apothecary of light, huh? Hey, look, they lifted the apothecary storyline out of Octopath Traveler. Which is actually my favorite of the things, because it hadn't been done, or wasn't common, you know, for like a main character. Plus, the apothecary wielded an axe, and it was like, an axe? And it's like, I don't know, he was like his red mages they come too. He's like, he had an ice spell, he had a healing spell, he had a big fuck you, hit him with the axe spell. I want to say his name was Alvin? Maybe Alvis? Or... no, Alfin. It had an F in it. It was like weird. Sorry if I went through Alphinaud's dialogue a little fast there. I was thinking about other stuff. He's basically just ruminating on how best to pimp smack Elidibus on an ideological level, because he thinks we're gonna have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get to kill the guy, but you know, you gotta engage in some sophistry every now and then, make ourselves seem clever when we're not. We're all just glorified murder hobos. 'Tis the way of things. Particularly when the name of the game centers around combat, baby. I love the Crystal Tower at night in this city. It's so blue. You could say anything new? Grass potion. Honest to God's fighting, eh? Well, if I do that, I might murder somebody. Lures for bats, huh? Okay, well I guess we won't be murdering any humans today, just bats. I'm sure they're not, you know, necessary for this ailing ecosystem. Nope. Bats don't do nothing except suck blood and fly around all you call it? Blind-like? Nah, they're not actually blind. Bats got eyes. That's like a misconception people have. I'm not really an eco warrior though. I don't really. It's pretty clear when stuff just respawns in the fantasy game world that, you know, there's just an endless amount of stuff to kill. We'll never run out of stuff to kill. And the environment will only go bad again if the scriptwriter says so. Immersion. Killed. Okay. So we're gonna have a little bat-killing race with Alisaie, huh? Well, if you remember back when we did the, what was it? The, Gullo killing race with Hien. It's just like that, except with bats. And if you pay attention to the dialogue, they tell you that the bats like to nest near settlements and in dark places. I think we need to kill at least 7 to win. So 3's pretty good to start out with. And I'm gonna have Clyde win, but if you draw Alisaie or beat her, her dialogue will change. And I'll go ahead and tell you the losing dialogue. If you lose to her, she'll be like, I guess I finally caught up to you. It's what I would say if you had actually been trying. And then she gets mad that you weren't taking her seriously, like her challenge seriously. So it's better to just beat her. I mean, not that it matters. I mean, she doesn't, like, start hating you or anything. Like, the NPCs don't change. I don't remember if this is a good one or not. I'll come back to it. I'll look at the other places. I'm pretty sure that this one near the fishing village will have 2 or 3 bats in it. I just can't remember. Alright, 3 bats. 3! Oh. My count impression needs to work. Did you ever watch Sesame Street growing up? Just ask my girlfriend that question. She says yes. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. I never know. She comes from a different world. Literally, my girlfriend is an alien. She's an alien, I say. Really hot alien. See, this one's like right near a light. But it is also sort of near like a camp. Let's look at the other spots real quick. I'm pretty sure the ones closest to the Crystarium only have one bat apiece, because they're not, you know, like they're out in like broad day. Like this one is directly under a lamp. That one can't be good. So, okay, we've already got 6 bat fangs, so we'll at least tie. I think that this one would have 2 bats, but I'm interested to see what this one has, because it's like, it's not really a settlement that it's near, but it's near where the guard congregates. Like, I don't know. Oh, it is pretty close to a lamp, though. I guess we'll figure. We will see. Oh, this one had 3 as well. Okay. Oh, we're not just gonna win. We're gonna. Go almost sizzlack on these bats. But I'm pretty sure that the one that was like over here or whatever, I'm pretty sure it had 2 bats at least. I'm pretty sure that's where I remember going on my main character. I don't pull any punches on my main character. Although, I think I lost a Heian on him because I didn't pay attention to the dialogue closely enough. Supposedly they followed us around and watched us kill the bats, but... Five, six, seven. 7 fangs from Alisaie. Which means that victory goes to Clyde, who collected 9. Which is as many as we can get, I'm pretty sure. That makes her happiest, by the way. Not sure, you say? Oh, you just want to travel, huh? Well, you gotta be strong if you want to travel in this world or on the Source. I mean, considering how large bees and spiders get, ooh. I couldn't imagine contending with a bee that's literally as big as my dog. I mean, obviously, if you have a big sword, you can just, you know, try to cut it, but... I mean, a bee of that size would move ridiculously fast, assuming that, you know, its exoskeleton wasn't collapsing due to the size. That's actually the problem with most giant insects in fiction, is the fact that their bodies wouldn't work because of the way... like that their bodily organs and structures are. Like they have to be the size that they are because they don't have, like their bodies won't be structurally sound, and they don't have brains. They have like nerve ganglion that, you know, it's like a secondary nervous system, but that's their main nervous system, and it just wouldn't work over a large body. They would have to have multiple of them, or a brain. So their entire physiology would probably be different. If we did have giant bugs. Uh-oh. Weird sounds abound. Just a dizzy spell from trying too hard to beat Clyde. Yeah. Her dialogue there doesn't change either, whether you win or lose. What fateful meeting? You mean the one where Ardbert still decided to not get in our belly and then Feul interrupted it? Because that wasn't fateful at all. That was like anticlimactic at best. The Crystarium. Whee! Time for a little 1v1? His vision's messed up. Well, I guess those are the eyes of a corpse. Oh! Hey, we had a black mask in that.
Why am I... Was it you who called me here?
No. If you notice, one of these guys has a black mask. It's that third from the left. Welcome to the Order, huh? What do your titles even mean, though? I know they're all Final Fantasy XII references, but good lord.
So you peered into my memories. No matter. You will have found little of import. But I see you intended to summon me here no more than I intended to come. The fault is mine. Such is the burden of hope. What fool would relinquish his weapon on the eve of battle? That which I do is no different from that which you have done so many times, Warrior of Darkness.
I've never stolen anyone's body.
I arm myself, I hone my skills, I make ready to vanquish my enemy. You. You who have murdered my brothers. Who have taken their selfless labors in service to the one true world and turned them to ash. I see you for what you are. You are death, and only in death shall you serve any purpose. The Convocation charged me to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. As Elidibus, it is my duty, and I shall see it done. I will strike you down.
Good luck with that.
Destroy you, body and soul. All else must wait. Ere long I will come for you, warrior of darkness. And I will save the world. One last matter. I bore witness to your final struggle with Emet-Selch. It seemed as if he saw something familiar in you. As if he mistook you for another. No. I recall not of whom he spoke. Mayhap I never knew you. Or mayhap it is another fragment lost.
Ah, I wasn't aware you already had a guest. If the conversation is constructive, I shall not intrude.
His arms got glowy.
But if you seek to stir up trouble, Elidibus, then I must insist you leave at once.
Though you lack her blessing, your soul is surprisingly dense.
Worry not. I seem to be unharmed.
Unharmed from that, but what the fuck is up with your hand? That was your good hand. The one that wasn't crystallized yet.
This is my own doing. The consequence of my recent exertions. It is the tower's way of compensating me for the demands I have placed on it. Rest assured, it is no great inconvenience at present. Indeed, I told Beck Lug as much, but they would not be persuaded and sent me away to rest. No need to make a fuss. Strange as it may sound, I consider it something of a badge of honor. One of the brave souls who saw me delivered unto the first once said that the world shall ever have a place for tales of heroism so long as we have need of inspiration in our lives. Though he and his fellows had no way of knowing whether their mad scheme would amount to anything, they knew that the attempt alone would inspire hope. Or so they hoped. A more optimistic lot one would be hard-pressed to find. They said they would find a means to save our God's forsaken world, just as soon as they had sent me on my way. Said it with such confidence that, for a fleeting moment, I half believed them. Such faith, such courage in the face of unrelenting despair. For a long time, it was more than I could bear to remember them. But having come this far, having sent full many on their way myself, I see things more clearly. To take action is to hope. To believe, to choose to believe, is to take the first step towards a brighter future. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to indulge me in a little recklessness. Needless to say, I have a plan. And when all is said and done, I will ask yet another favor of you.
You're both here. Oh, thank goodness.
What's wrong?
It's Thancred. He's collapsed.
Oh no. Is the bond between body and soul getting even weaker? As they told us already like 5 times that it would, the longer we spent not saving them. Let's see. Well, none of this is non-unique, though I think technically Clyde plays more skill speed oriented classes, so we'll take the Bottle of Moors. Fraying threads, huh? Yes, let's hurry there and do absolutely nothing. Nah, I'm sure we'll do something. It's just, you know, not going to have any immediate effect. You know what would be really nice about Delirium, and it would be a very minor buff to Dark Knight, is if they allowed you to also use your off-globals that consume blood. Like Living Shadow, which is the only one that does that. That would be hella cool. So I mean, Warrior gets to do that, but Dark Knight does not. And Warrior's Fellcleaves also all turn into automatic direct crits, which is ridiculous. Didn't give Chesemil any dialogue for this. Oh well. Regular bouts of lightheadedness ever since. Oh, and Alisaie just had that happen. Which means Alpha Node should have had it happen, because I mean Alpha Node got pulled through first of the 2 twins. So. But again, I guess he hasn't been subjecting himself to rigors quite as much. Lots of, I guess, sundered Ascians, wimpy Ascians, like the kind we fought back when we were level 15 or whatever at the Guardian Tree. This story arc's doing a lot of callbacks to the earlier game and 1.0. The lighting here is thrown off the color of everyone's clothes. Nonagenarian. Yeah, that means like a 90-year-old. We could just teleport to Mordona, but I just want to take the portal because I can. That person named their character Rebecca, not Rebecca. Rebecca. I guess Rebecca must have been taken for the first name, but I mean, they give you the last name so that you can make your first name what you want. So like. They must have been dead set on that last name, too. Or maybe they just misspelled Rebecca, because not a lot of people are good at spelling. I like the little tune that plays in the circus trench. It's part of the reason I like running through there. World traversal is something I somewhat really miss about MMORPGs. Nowadays, they really only force you to traverse the world once on foot or mount. In the olden days, in the first Final Fantasy Online, the only mounts you had were rentable chocobos. You didn't have any mounts of your own. And so you had to... warping was also rather limited. You could either warp to an outpost or to a Mother Crystal crag. And then from there, you either rented a chocobo at the crag, or you went on foot from the outpost. And so you really took in the size of the world quite often, because you had to. And nowadays, the world feels small because we can fly at 80 billion miles per hour all the time, everywhere, and teleport to multiple points in every single zone, and the world might as well not exist. Uh-oh. No new dialogue for Alisaie, so probably no new dialogue for any of the other second string either. But we actually get to go in here for the first time and look at the Scions' bodies. Now remember, these are their actual physical bodies. So their hair should be longer, and they should be in different clothes. No idea why they're keeping it dark in here. There's no reason to. It's not like they're actually asleep. They're in a magically induced coma.
This way.
It's for the sake of the cutscene, really. Oh look, they cut Tancred's hair. Remember when he fell into a coma, he had long hair. And it was back in a braid. They legit deadass cut his hair and took his braid away.
much rather you hadn't seen this.
I'm sorry. We have urgent tidings.
Oh, no, I'm not angry with you. On the contrary, I know full well how hard everyone has been searching for a way to return home. And I had hoped to afford you the time you needed. But given our friend's present state, perhaps it was for the best that you came. Stiff and cold, all of them. As if they were made of wax, barely alive at all.
They're gonna have some muscular atrophy to deal with, huh?
And they had been doing so well. Save for occasional signs of etheric instability, they appeared to be in passable health. Then, quite without warning, things took a turn for the worse. A change for which even Master Matoya could offer no explanation. She could only remind me that the soul is yet an unknown frontier, and that much and more lies beyond our ken. But let's not lose heart just yet. At times like these, it is all the more important that we remain positive. Why? I but this moment succeeded in quelling a fluctuation in Thancred's ether. And while the others have weakened, they have remained relatively stable. I believe I may leave my post for a moment. So come, let me hear your tale outside.
All right, Kryl, you're good people. I take back everything I said about you. Although, honestly, I was mostly positive towards Kryl, wasn't I? She's one of the few not evil Lalafels. Oh, you made them new clothes, huh? Couldn't just keep their old ones on hand? Kitchen in the House of Splendors, huh? Very well. And remember, we can fly now. They fly now. Well, the first time I did this quest, I forgot that I could fly, and I didn't even try to jump, so I just, like, ran up here. Oh, look, she's got a little chef outfit on. Next thing, she'll be crafting us crafted sets at the apex of every rating expansion to make sure we get world first. I kid, I kid. Baked to perfection. Even if you do say so yourself. Oh, it's bread. It's pretty good. Smells great. Archon Loaf, huh? They eat it over in Charlayan, huh? Good source of ether, huh? uh. I usually have mine with a good dollop of Roland Berry jam, but I suppose plain is best for sampling purposes. How do we have Roland Berries without a Roland Berry Fields, though? It's another holdover from Final Fantasy XI. Dense and unpleasant, exactly as it should be. The very taste of home. As you might expect, our countrymen have amassed a wealth of culinary wisdom from every corner of the world, but our native cuisine is, shall we say, a little lacking. In Charlayan, the majority regard food as a source of nourishment rather than enjoyment. Save for those few who actually research the culinary arts, we pay little heed to the niceties of taste and texture. It was against such a gastronomic landscape that what is now called the Archon Loaf was born. The creation of an Archon who had devoted himself to the study of bodily sustenance. In order to maximize its nutritional value, he incorporated copious quantities of pulverized fish and vegetable matter into the dough, all with nary a care for those qualities which make bread enjoyable. The result is a flavor that continues to defy description. Yet, for its many shortcomings, the loaf's nutritional value cannot be denied, and being a damnably convenient way to cater to one's bodily needs, it quickly found an audience amongst the busy scholars. Why, when I was a lad, nigh every meal was a sandwich made with this very bread, and whatever ingredients happened to be on hand. What's kind of funny is after this cutscene, somebody actually took their time to, they ground up some sort of variety of whitefish, like cod or something, and then they actually, they made like a vegetable smoothie with like some V8 or something, and they actually made bread with fish and vegetables in it. And it wound up looking like normal bread, just like that, like this does. So it's actually conceivable. It's actually real. Like, you can do that in real life. You can make nutritious bread. I don't think there's any chance that it tastes good, but, you know, that wasn't the point. But frankly, I mean, I'd rather not rely on the old adage, hunger is the best spice. I'd I'd rather my food tasted good, you know, so I don't throw up when I try to eat it. Sometimes even good flavors, when they're in the extreme, can do it too, you know? Like overdoing sweetness or, you know, acidity or anything like that. I'm also pretty sensitive to mouthfeel, honestly. Like, I don't really mind the taste of mushrooms, but they feel awful in the mouth. It's like, I don't know, it's awful. I forgot we gotta talk to this guy. The Beacon Keeper. Pretty sure the beacon went with us the first time, so I don't know how he's keeping any beacons, but whatever. Created by an Archon who devoted himself to the study of sustenance, this bread infused with pulverized fish and vegetable is extremely nutritious, assuming one can get past the taste. It's probably pretty tough, too. Feats of mastication required to consume it. So apparently it's chewy bread. Not chewy in the good soft way, like chewy as in like you're gonna be chewing it a while.
Forgive the delay.
We have visited every region and confirmed the presence of Asians throughout the realm.
Lest a grave predicament be made to seem hopeless, it should be noted that they are of inferior rank. The black-masked minions who answer to the red.
Yes, a gaggle of schemers attempting to exploit recent events, to sow the seeds of petty conflict.
Do you reckon that's sort of like an Oedipus complex thing? Because, like, Clyde's shown to have an ancient soul or whatever, and he has a black mask whenever they see him, and we saw a black mask in the convocation as well. And we know there was a deserter or a naysayer, so, like...
Fortunately, nothing of any great concern has come of their meddling just yet.
We also encountered a number of the Crystarium's former defenders, busily solving this problem and that in a bid to become warriors of light.
Their zeal is to be applauded. 'Tis but a pity I cannot encourage them on their course.
Not knowing Elidibus set them upon it, no. Both the troubles to be solved and the villains to be vanquished are his doing too, like as not. And so, with apologies to the aspiring warriors of light, I believe it best that we deal with the Asians quickly and quietly.
I quite agree.
But tell us, what news from the source? How fare our bodies?
Give the bad news to him straight. Y'all dying.
Oh dear. Then we must redouble our efforts. Not that we've ever stinted in that regard.
This would seem an appropriate moment to ask about the spirit vessel. Tell me you've made some progress.
We have, as it happens. One moment.
Crystallized blood.
The red stones.
Then this doth mean...
For the benefit of all, permit us to explain. As you will recall, using white auracite as our starting point, we fashioned a vessel for mind and memory both. Yet, though it served this purpose admirably, the process of imbuing it with one's complete essence proved a somewhat thornier proposition. Simply put, the memory would not accompany the mind. And so, we looked to the Allegan's mastery of memory transference for a solution.
This approach was not without its own complications, however, relying as it does upon blood, which inanimate objects, notably, do not possess. We duly explored methods of suffusing the vessel with drops of the aforementioned. Alas, our painstaking experimentation succeeded only in making me feel faint, and singularly failed to imbue the crystal with the necessary properties. It was then that an idea occurred to me, namely that we might fuse the vessel not with normal blood, but with my crystallized essence.
You're doing this for our sakes, so far be it from us to complain. But don't think we haven't noticed what's happening to your arm.
It falls well short of offering up my life in exchange for yours, which was your only stipulated prohibition, as I recall. And it is but a small price to pay for delivering you home.
Assuming it works, we shall soon know if this grisly addition will serve as a suitable conduit for the subject's memory. Though not soon enough to warrant your waiting. The test is like to take a while.
Let us be off then. We have Ascians to attend to, among other things.
Seems legit.
Forgive me, but I count 6 vessels, and there are only 5 of us.
One is for testing purposes. I will personally use it to see whether the crystal functions as it should.
And if it does, wouldn't that mean that your soul could also return to the source?
Yes. In theory, at least. But there is a distinct difference between your circumstances and mine. While your corporeal forms want for souls, my past self does not. Mayhap our essences would blend, or mayhap they would curdle. There is no telling what might occur.
And you'd be willing to take that risk?
I would.
I see.
I'm sure it'll work out, Alisaie. guy's got a pretty cool glamour going on. Could have done better for pants, but nah, still pretty cool. Faded memories, huh? That was the title for a song track in Final Fantasy XI. Plays in the Prometheans. Oh, that's a good point. What if she's collapsed out there and, you know, has no one to back her up? Told you we should have used the buddy system. Well, if they're all level 15 Asians or whatever, y'all kill them all in one hit. So that'll be easy. Easy peasy. That second dialogue option is referencing the Mughal postman side quests, which I've actually never done, but supposedly they're really good for deep lore. Bread from another world? May I try some? It's not just bread from another world. Mayest thou, child? Thou must. That said, though, I personally disagree with the consensus. I do nonetheless advise thee to temper thine expectations. Ah, so Urianger actually likes the taste. Alphanod doesn't like it. Alisaie is like, hell yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Alphanode got lost and thought it being called a snob. Well, we're pretty much out of time now, so I guess I'll just let you go here. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a good day. Like and sub if you'd like, and I'll see you again.